What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through my 3-month journey at the very start when I first started my social media marketing agency, going over everything that I did wrong and what I did right and what I would change if I can go back and do it all over again. So make sure you watch the entirety of this video so I can make sure that you don't make the same mistakes that I did and you can start off on the right foot. So let's get into the video. What's going on? Thank you for coming back and watching another video. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate you. If you're new here, click that red button down below, subscribe, like, comment down below. I am trying to hit a goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2023, and quite literally only you are capable of making that possible for me. So if you can do me a favor, click the subscribe button down below so you can help me reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers. That would be greatly appreciated and would be pretty cool. But yeah, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the first 3 months of when I started my social media marketing agency. Now, honestly, this has just been a trend on YouTube as far as people going over their 3 months journey. I just kind of wanted to do it because it's actually pretty cool journey, I guess. It's not really very successful, which is kind of weird, but it's more, I guess, realistic because it was, just a grind and not a great success story, essentially. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to show the actual realistic side of things and what I experienced in my first 3 months of starting my social media marketing agency. So yeah, I appreciate you watching another video. If you are a returning subscriber, like I said, subscribe, like, comment down below, and let's get into the video. So we are going to go back all the way to December of 2021, December 16th of 2021. I saw an online course by Jason Capital. It was a business and entrepreneurship mindset course. Now, keep in mind, I was coming out of grade 12. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was working full-time at a grocery store at the time. I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do. So this course came onto my feed. It was something about, make $2,000 online from your phone, something along those lines. It was more of just a business and entrepreneurship mindset course. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I asked my dad if I could take it. He said, yeah. So I spent, I think, around $1,200 on this course. Now, in this course, it was 30 days. So it went from December 16th to January 16th. Throughout this 30-day period, it just talked about business, what it is, being an entrepreneur. But one specific day, they had a guest speaker. I forget exactly what his name was, but he was the CEO and the owner of Agency Box. If any of you are familiar with, what that agency is or what they do. But basically a massive digital marketing agency. And I was really, I guess, inspired in a way. It was pretty cool with what it is that he was doing. There was zero startup. He was running ads. And honestly, my dad had a drywall business, and I thought that was pretty cool because I was gonna, try and develop campaigns for him or just see if I can actually run ads for him and if it would work and if it would be successful. So he introduced me to the world of social media marketing and running digital ads online for businesses and trying to bring them more business through online advertising. It was one day, it was a guest speaker, he was on for an hour, and that essentially, in a way, I guess, sort of changed my life because I started thinking about digital marketing and wanted to start that business. So that's how I got introduced to this space. And then January 16th, the course ended and I started my own digital marketing agency, I guess. So the first step was learning. I knew absolutely nothing. I just spent all of my money on that business entrepreneurship course. It wasn't actually a digital marketing course, so I still had no idea what digital marketing was. So I went to YouTube University. I started learning a lot about the digital marketing space. I started creating my social profiles. So I set up every profile on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. I got on to every single social profile there was, and just overall started reading books about digital marketing, 7-figure agency roadmaps, started watching YouTube videos, started Googling digital marketing agencies, and the whole process of just learning begun. So step one kind of just kept continuing. Obviously I was doing more learning. I'm still, learning today, but essentially I was just learning the very basics of what digital marketing was, the services that you could offer to businesses, and just sort of, setting up my profiles and whatnot. So essentially the challenges that I faced at the very beginning was just, what do I do? Like, what do I actually start to do at the very beginning. And what I did was I created all my social profiles and I started to create a brand immediately. So I did not care about posting my face whatsoever. I had absolutely zero fear for some reason. I didn't care at all. It's like, you only live once, and just didn't care at all what other people thought. So I started posting on TikTok, started posting YouTube shorts, started posting on Instagram. I don't think I posted my face right away. I posted like 5 videos, and then I started posting my face in the videos, putting the quotes over it and stuff like that, like motivational videos. So I started to create somewhat of a brand right away. The videos were absolutely atrocious, but that's just how it works. If you're not constantly improving, then you're doing something wrong. You're always gonna look back at your videos and be like, oh my God, those were so bad. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I had this LED light strip above my head. Like, you're always gonna look back and be like, oh my God, you know, because you're improving, which is great. So yeah, I started to create my brands, and then essentially I started to just do outreach right away. I was a generalist agency, so I was working throughout all niches. I didn't, niche down yet. So I just started to do outreach and say, hey, like, I run leads. I don't even remember the exact outreach script. It was horrible. I started doing cold calling, posting those videos on TikTok, which did really, really well. So that's what I started to do. I started to book some meetings. I started to do outreach. And the very first challenge that I faced was someone actually said yes in a meeting. And it was a real estate team operating out of Hamilton. They said yes, and I never actually looked past that part of getting a yes. So I had absolutely no idea what to do. I didn't have an onboarding process. I didn't really even know actually how to do the service delivery yet. So basically I signed them for a $1,200 a month, 3-month contract. And that took about 2.5 months of outreach. So it took me a while to get my first client. And it went absolutely horrible, but I'm gonna dive into that. So the first challenge was the actual service delivery and getting results for our clients, because I never looked past actually signing a client in a meeting for some reason. I had no problem booking meetings. I had no problem doing cold calls. I had no problems in the meetings. I was constantly upgrading my pitch deck, my discovery call. I was getting better and better and better. And then I actually did sign a client for, like I said, a 3-month contract, $1,200 a month. And then it went horribly wrong. I delivered 0 results over a 3-month period. I basically didn't even run an ad. I didn't know how to get access to their ads manager. I had no idea what I was doing. It was horrible. I refunded them whatever it is that they paid me, because like I said, I did absolutely nothing. So this was the first challenge, and I had to go back to the drawing board and figure out what I was gonna do. So I found a media buyer, hired a media buyer, because I didn't learn how to run the Facebook ads myself, which was mistake number 1. You should learn how to do everything yourself before you outsource it or hire within your team. That's just my personal opinion, because now I slash my profit margins by like 60-70% just by hiring this media buyer, when I could have just took the time to learn how to do it myself. So I guess my first success was signing my $1,200 a month real estate team after about 2.5 months of building the brand, starting to do outreach, learning about digital marketing. So it was 2.5 months from January 16th to getting my first client. That was my first, I guess, real success. I was excited, got my first client, got the invoice, they paid, whatever. And then it was failure right away. It went all downhill because I didn't retain them whatsoever. The results and service delivery was non-existent, so it was horrible. And I just ended up refunding them what it is that they paid me regardless. Now, time management is very, very difficult in the very beginning, because most likely, unless you're very young, you're still in like high school, which time management still difficult, because you're either in school, you're working part-time after school, maybe you're working full-time if you're older and you're trying to start this marketing agency. So in the very beginning, you have to get good at time management. You have to build solid routines and habits, waking up earlier, doing your outreach, going to work, getting home, taking the meetings you booked for in the evening, doing more outreach, booking more meetings, doing more learning, reading, and then sleeping for 4 hours and doing it all over again. That's just the grind that you have to go through in the very beginning, and you need to get really, really good at time management, because even later on down the road, when you are successful, you will be very, very busy, and you have to manage your time correctly. So my financial results in the first 3 months of starting my social media marketing agency was essentially $0. I did not make a penny. For 3 months, a full quarter of a year, I did not make a single penny. Technically, I signed that client for, like I said, a $1,200 3-month package, but then I refunded them everything they paid me, because word travels fast, and that's not the reputation I'm trying to get at the very start of starting my business, and I would just not be able to sleep at night regardless. So refunded them what it is that they paid me, and then I believe like a couple months after that, or a month after that, once I got a media buyer, things sorted out. I actually signed my first client, and then it worked out, you know, fairly well. But as far as financial results within the first 3 months, I made $0 and I didn't quit. I still, you know, kept pushing. My whole thing was, if everyone else can figure it out and if everyone else is doing it, then I don't see why I can't. Like, I'm, you know, they're not any, maybe they are smarter than me in certain levels, but I was just willing to put in relentless hard work to, you know, make it, you know, successful. And even still putting in relentless hard work to hopefully be able to do this, you know, forever, or get into different ventures, whatever it may be. So throughout these 3 months, there was a lot of personal growth and development, because it really, you know, opened my eyes as far as what's actually possible. And then obviously the learning curve of making sure you have the systems put in place so you can deliver for your clients. But overall, a lot of solid lessons learned, because just taking all the meetings that I took, doing all the sales calls, working with a client, trying to manage a client, seeing the, you know, the problems that were coming up. I think that, you know, just developed me a lot and kind of opened my eyes to what I was getting into and everything that was possible. I think the biggest thing for me was just like seeing that I signed a client and he paid me $1,200 in my bedroom. Like, I'm just in my bedroom. I did a cold call, took a meeting with him, signed a contract, and he paid me $1,200. Like, that, seeing that that was possible was just crazy to me, because I was making $1,200, like maybe, I think I was making like $1,200 a month. I was working at a grocery store part-time. Yeah. So I was making like $1,200, $1,800 a month. So to see that come from one payment and like what is really possible with an online business was absolutely crazy to me, and really, really eye-opening. So I think that was the biggest thing. And that just motivated me to the next level, to just continue to put in, you know, a relentless amount of hard work. So yeah, that was kind of an all over the place video, but I appreciate you guys watching. That was my 3-month journey at the very beginning when starting my social media marketing agency. So overall, what I want you to take away from this video is that just the only way you can fail is if you quit. So don't quit. You never know when you're gonna send out that next text message to a client that's gonna say yes and want your service, and that's gonna motivate you for the next 3 months. So continue to do outreach, continue to grow. Comment down below if you have any questions, or if you have any videos you'd like me to go over and talk about things. I appreciate all of you. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers once again. Click that subscribe button, help me out please, it would mean a lot. Like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.